Hi Dragonfly fans. So today I am at the office in Boiling Springs of a friend of mine, Dr. Casey Williams. And Casey's a great guy, he's a great dentist. And a few years ago, Project Dragonfly remodeled his office. And Casey was kind enough to do a little video testimonial for me. So here we are. So Casey,
Hello.
say hi. And
Hello everybody. It's a privilege to be with you guys today. I enjoy not only Dwayne's company in the casual sense, but it was a great experience to work with him. And you know, this is my office, so I had to trust it to someone that I could really rely on.
Thank you, Casey.
Well, sure. You earned it.
I appreciate it, buddy. So I prepared a couple of questions to ask Casey, and so we'll just go ahead and do a little Q&A.
Okay.
All right. So Casey, what would you say the reaction has been to the office remodel?
Well, they probably at first said it was long overdue, and they were very happy with everything, especially the way you were able to organize it into a 1 week structure. That while we were gone on vacation for that week, we came back to all of this, and to not have the interruption in the workflow, and to have everything just turnkey when we walked in. That was magnificent.
Well, I really appreciated you trusting me and giving me the opportunity and kind of saying, here's the keys and we're off for vacation. And
Well, we locked up all the important stuff. But
we did, but that really makes it helpful. So how would you say the remodel has affected your employees as far as their happiness and their well-being and their attitude when they come to work? Has there been a...
Well, thanks to you. I mean, you were the one that really listened, and that's one of the things I enjoyed the most about working with Dwayne, is that he takes the time to listen to us and not try to fit us into a mold of, well, these are the 3 tricks I know. But we've tried to make this office appear more like a living room and not a medical clinical setting that looks all sanitized and whatnot. Right. But and that helps the patients a lot. I mean, coming to the dentist, how many guys would like to go to the dentist? But no sense in getting them all anxious when they walk in the door because everything is white with baseboard and so forth. But I know the staff has really liked it, and it's easy on the eyes. The colors that you help choose is not only helpful that way for anxiety, but it does help me in training the eye to look at the different nuances of white. There's a lot of colors of white.
I was gonna bring that up. That was actually one of my next questions. Can you tell us a little bit about, in our design process, we kind of went through and you brought up the color green and how important it is to you, and I thought that's really interesting. I had never, I just didn't think about the color green and how important it might be. So tell us why green is an important color in the dental industry.
Well, green and blues, different lighter shades of those 2 hues are relaxing to your eyes, and it allows us to see more of the true colors. And in each of the operatories we have not only the natural light from each window, but the overhead lights and the incandescent lights from the small operatory light. They all have to combine in order to show us all the different striations in your teeth and to match them.
Right, that makes sense.
That's where you came in, is choosing the right shades really makes a big difference so that I can do my job.
Well, I appreciate it, buddy, and thanks for the opportunity to work with you, and thanks for
great
taking the time to shoot the video.
I was just going to ask you, like, how did you know all these guys? I mean, like within a month or so, you had it all laid out. And how do you know all these guys that came in, all the painters, the carpet? I mean, everything happened just like clockwork.
Well,
you used to do all that stuff, or where did you meet them?
Right, yeah, for me, I've been in the trades for probably about 15 to 20 years, and so I've kind of been around a lot of guys and had a lot of experiences, and kind of know who to work with on what jobs and who not to work with. And
but then, like someone like me, I would have probably, put carpet down first and then painted, which would have been a mess.
Right.
But I guess that's your experience, is knowing what to do and when and why, or how not to, or get yourself in a pickle that way.
I believe when we first started, our whole process was probably about a total of 3 months, with about a week of actual work on site and the actual shutting down and turning of the office. And I like to have about a month to work with, especially someone like yourself and your staff. And this was 3,600 square feet of space. Something oftentimes we don't think about is so many products are manufactured overseas nowadays that we'll literally place an order for 3,600 square feet of carpet. That has to go to China. It's manufactured in China or somewhere else, then shipped back to the States, and that usually takes about 3 to 4 weeks. So generally speaking, if we have about a month to go through an interview process like we did with your staff and discovered the importance of the color green and you know, really get our set scope of work, we can then begin to put numbers on all of that. Then we order all of our materials. Once everything shows up, we know it's correct, and then we can actually do the remodel. So for me, it's been about 10 or 15 years in the trades of working and learning and how to make it all flow together. And it was a good project. It turned out well, and I think the guys we had a good team, and they really all came through with their piece of the puzzle. So
and it was a puzzle. I mean, I watched you guys having to cut around all the dental chairs and,
yeah.
and the equipment, freestanding equipment, and then, you know, when you pulled it up, you know, it looked like some patchwork thing, and then to cut out new carpet and then lay it all back in. That's quite a feat of, you know, just spatial relationships.
Cutting new carpet definitely makes you feel a little on edge when you're a
Measure
guy
3
laying the
times,
carpet.
cut once.
You got it.
Well, you got awesome.
Well, thanks, Casey. Thanks for taking the time with us today.
Sure. It's a pleasure.
And,
thank you, Dwayne.
Folks, if you need dental work, Dr. Casey Williams, Boiling Springs, Pennsylvania. Check him out.
Thanks.